Hi all, Assalamu alaikum. This is Shamim Bhatti again. I'm just doing a sort of like a redo of my last post, which was in Urdu, and many people have called me and messaged me wanting to know what the content of that video was because they saw people commenting on it, and it was just me without doing just my post, just my sharing. And they were asked if I can do that in English, so here I go. And the reason why I did the other post in Urdu was basically because as I said that I basically teach most of my clients are from subcontinent and the Muslim countries. Most of my clients are Muslim, so, and those who are not, they are from subcontinent, they are from India, and they also speak more or less Punjabi and Urdu or Hindi, so they will understand it. But I have been asked by some people to repost it in English. But to get the real meaning of something, to convey a meaning of something, if anybody, all those who speak, whose mother tongue is other than English, they would understand it, that, to actually convey a message, it has to be in your mother tongue. It's like, when we got upset with our kids, I speak English with them, but when I really want to express the anger, the frustration, it comes in my own mother tongue, Punjabi and English. Not English, in Urdu, to really, really express the frustration that I'm feeling. So that's why my first post was in our language. Anyway, the subject of that, the main points, the objective of that video was basically to show my frustration at basically the brothers, because I only teach women, so their supervisors at home are either their fathers or mostly their husbands. So my frustration I had to express, show them, to express to them how important it is for them to practice driving with their spouses or their daughters or their sisters at home. So most of the people are not helping, or they're not doing a meaningful supervision of the driving, not helping them properly, or if they're helping them, they're really, really putting them down. And they just tell them, you can't do it, you really lag, why can't you understand, what's wrong with you? It's a simple thing. So I was just directly talking to the brothers first to explain to them, it's really important that you teach them with, be tender with them in a loving and caring environment. Most of the women who come to have this lesson, and especially once they get married, they have a few kids with them. So when they're coming to the lessons, they cannot fully concentrate, because when they sit behind the steering wheel, they're not concentrating on what I'm teaching them. They are looking, sometimes they're lost. I look at them, I go, hey, are you here or are you somewhere else? And most of the time they're in the kitchen, they're at home. They'll be physically sitting in the car, but their mind is wandering off. They're thinking of what to cook, what's in the pantry, if the child's done the homework. They just have all other worries except the driving. And the thing is, they really want to drive. They really want to get their license, because the hardship that they go through, it's unbelievable. Number one, you're in a strange country, in a strange land with a different language, and then you have all these other responsibilities. But because unlike back at home, they have servants, they have maids, they have drivers, many of them, not all of them, but a basic servant most people have. In a normal average income, even they can afford the servants back home. Here they're doing everything. Husbands at work, and they have to pick up the kids, they have to do small errands as well. And by the time they come here after 2 or 3 years, they have 2 kids. Some have 2 or 3 kids, and they're running around with the prams and the pushers and on the buses and on the trams to take the kids, or walking down in hail, rain, and really, really hot weather. So it is essential, it's not a luxury. They need to have their license, and in order to get the license, they need your help. Yeah, I can teach them, no problem. But have you got that much money to pay me for all those lessons? I don't think so. When you were back home, people used to say, or they don't used to say, they think that money grows on trees. And I really want to ask you, do you have a tree at home that grows money? If you have, that's fine. I'm happy to give them lessons. But it doesn't matter how many lessons I give. To be honest, the best practice is the practice at home. The confidence they gain driving their own car is, you can't compare it to anything else. What my job as instructor is to teach them, is to show them the concept, is to explain them. I need to get them at a level that you are able to guide them. You have the confidence to take them on the road, show them that wide sort of practice, give them, I will take them around the house, near your place. I will take them. I can't go too far. It's a 1 hour lesson, yeah. But when they're doing the practice with you, you'll be able to take them to all over. If you have friends in Tani, Dandenong, you go to the city, you go to Craigieburn. So the exposure that they get when they're driving with you at home is unbelievable, and that's what you need. When they're on the learner permit, you need to put the L plates, have a full van with all the kids and all the family. It doesn't matter, as long as everybody's seated properly in the proper age, according to the age they're sitting in the seat. That's all fine. I have so many women, we can't drive because the kids are at home. We have to wait for them to go somewhere. No, by law you can drive as long as you're driving safely and the kids are, or whoever's in the car, they're sitting in their properly, proper age, according to the age they're sitting in that seat. So it's not a problem. Yeah. So what I really need you to do is honestly spend time, give them that time, that teach them properly. Let them practice properly. And I'm not asking you to go and take them into the traffic. You start from the empty parking lot, then you work your way to the big roads, to the wide roads, and then slowly add those congested roads. So it's really, really important that the women, they get that confidence. And if they're doing something good, just praise them. Don't put them down. You won't get it, you won't be ready. I have people who are ready for the test, and I usually tell the people, my clients, the sisters, the women, come on, you need to practice at home. There have been a few occasions when I tell them, please don't practice at home, because what I realize is when they're practicing at home, their husbands are putting them down, and when they come and come for the next lesson, they're driving down. I go, hey, what's wrong? You're making the silly stuff mistakes you have not done. She goes, my husband said this, my husband said that. I go, okay, for you are banned for driving with your husband until you get to P plate. Do not drive with him. I go, do some excuse. Even if they ask you to, let's go for drive, don't go with them. How sad is that? The situation gets so bad, then I'm telling them, don't drive at home. It shouldn't be like that. You're a partnership. You got married to them. They're mothers of your kids. They're running the house, for you. They're looking after your kids, teaching them, cooking for you, everything. You can't do that. You need to give them time. And for them to be able to drive, that's going to help you more than them. All the stress is gone. And all the money that you will pay for somebody to pick and drop them, that adds up. So, I really urge you to spend some time with them, teach them properly. If you need help, I tell them, have at least one lesson in my car, and I will only allow one lesson for you to come and sit in my car when I'm giving them lessons, so you get an idea of how to help them, how to guide them, how to have that meaningful practice that they really, really need. Okay, now, once they get to, some of the sisters tell me, my husband said, okay, once you get to pass your driving test, then I'll let you drive with me. What's the point? They don't need you anymore. Once they get an P plate, they don't need you. They can drive by themselves. Why would they sit with you and get tortured again? Really, all the things that the men, most of the men, not all the men, most of the men are doing, they're putting them down. That emotional torture is not good. All right? You really need to sort of do a self-assessment, how you're treating your wife. Your kids are looking at you. The kids are looking at their mom. They want her to achieve something, and that confidence that the mother gets will transfer to your kids as well. The parent, the children as well. So it's really, really important. I urge you again and again. I know I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry, but I'm instructor. I repeat my lesson again and again till they understand. Hopefully, there's some word that I'm saying that will make you understand. Okay. Recently, I had a girl, not from the SC background, but she said her mom's not allowing her to get her license. I go, why would she do that? She goes, my mom is waiting. She's saying, just wait till you get married. Now, how does she know that she's going to have her daughter's going to have a really good husband who's going to be really happy that she's born and bred in Australia and she can't drive? My God, why would you wait for her to get married? Why don't you get her license before she gets married? Once she gets married, she's going to have so many other things that she needs to get used to. The new husband, the way he likes things, where her in-laws are. There's so much pressure on her already. Why would you put that extra pressure? Don't do that to your daughters. Don't do this to your wives, yeah? For your wives, it's too late now. They're already married. For whatever reason, they couldn't get the license before they got married. It happened. It's done. We can't go back and change time. But for your daughters, it's really, really important that your wife gets the license. You're going to be at work all the time, yes? And this now, I'm talking to the sisters as well. You need to get your act together. I'm not asking you to cause, fitna, to cause fight, arguments in your house, but you need to be proactive in your learning. You need to make sure that before your daughter turns 16, before your son turns 16, but more so for the girls, that before they turn 16, you should have your full license. Your husband's going to be at work all the time, most of the time. Or when he comes home, he's going to be sitting on the couch because he's done work already. He's really tired. Or he's got a game to watch. Or he has hang out with his friends. There's always something that he has to do. So he won't have time to give them that meaningful practice. So it's really, really important for the household that you, the wife, the mother, has a full license, can drive safely, can drive confidently. Okay. Now, another thing that I heard from one of the sisters is, once you get your license, you can drive. That's what the husband said. But how can your husband trust you with the P-plate? P-plate test is only half an hour. Some people who can't even drive properly, they can go and pass the test because they're very confident. Okay, really, really important. And I hope that, look, it doesn't do my business any good asking you people to practice at home. It's safe. It's for the sake of safety, and it's really, really for the confidence of my clients, my sisters, the women, the people that I'm teaching. I really need them. My business is basically, my objective when I started this business was and still is to help the people, help the women from from culturally and linguistically diverse cultures to become independent. Okay, independent so that they are able to contribute to their family at home, to be confident, to be safe drivers. So you can go anywhere. You're not just driving, I'm just going to the local shops, I'm just dropping my kids to the school. No, once you get a license, that means you can drive wherever and you can drive anywhere. You shouldn't be bound to just my own house, just 5 minutes drive. You don't need, when you get a license, really important that you should be confident enough to drive anywhere, wherever. Yeah. And the only reason you will get that confidence is not just from the lessons, the meaningful practice that you at home. That is what will get you everywhere. And brothers, you need to be confident that when your wife or your sister or your daughter is going for the test, you should be confident already that that they're driving good because you've been done all that hours with them. When they're learners, when they're just about to go to the test, they should be driving independently. You should be just sitting there because you have to, because they're a learner and they can't drive by themselves. You should have imparted that knowledge to them already. That safe driving, that calm driving, that not road rage driving. You need to make them that the drivers that we need to be safe, because they're going to be carrying the precious load with them. Your kids, you should be confident that even though they're on L plate, they should be driving by themselves. Even though you're not there, you'll be confident that on the day they get the P plate probationary license, you shouldn't even have second thoughts. Oh, no, we'll start with the parking, then we'll work our way. That should have been done already. So they get the P plate, they should be happy, alhamdulillah. You shouldn't even feel, just for that teeny weeny bit, you shouldn't even feel insecure. Oh my God, I've let her go. Is she okay? I haven't seen her driving. So please, I urge you that help your wives, treat them nicely, be kind to them, treat them in a loving, in a gentle manner. The calmer you are, the calmer they will be. So, really important. It is essential that your wives can drive before your kids get to the age when they need to do their 120 hours. And I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure, no one here has money growing on the trees. So the quicker, the more your wives get pregnant, get that practice at home, they will be better drivers. And look, even if they don't pass on the first test, it doesn't matter. Inshallah, they will pass on the next test. Because I don't guarantee a pass, even with all the practice at home, on the day of the test. It's Allah Ta'ala, it's, God Almighty who has decided that who's going to pass. And remember, when you're going in the driving test, it's not just drive test. Allah Ta'ala, God is testing you. Because we know that once you're, mature, you're on a test, whether you like it or not. Just like that, when you're going in, it's your driving test. And the driving test starts when you present yourself for the test until you park the car. So really, really important. Need you to be able to make sure that the person going on the test is confident, and they will be confident. They'll be happy if they're making sure the main person at home is happy. So inshallah ta'ala, I hope, God willing, that you can get them to practice. And practice means meaningful practice, showing them exposing them to different environments, different sort of practice. And I'm here to help, to guide them, to help them. But it's your responsibility to make sure that the people of your household get the proper, safe driving practice. Inshallah, hopefully it's understood. Assalamu alaikum.